Alright, so I actually got started already. Got to get the camera going. So let's look at this right here. I have mentioned previous video. This is the vacuum liner here. You need to take this off. This is basically this connects to the brake booster right here. Right, this liner here connects to the brake booster. So when you take this off, when I took it off anyways, it was still under vacuum. So there's a hose clamp here. Get some pliers and clamp together in a way that the hose clamp will stay open because it has a self-locking open mechanism there. So I don't think you need to take out the other side. You just need to take out this side only. Push it aside so it's out of your way. And you have to reach down in here. Reach down in here, and you feel for a hose. I basically the edge of the last manifold here. The edge of that last manifold, it's basically up against my wrist right here, and my fingertips just about touches that hose. So that's about how far in it is. So that's like I don't know, a good 6 inches or so in. And I can feel it. It's not that long. It's only about that long in a flat spot. Basically, literally, the shape is like that. It's this part here is straight. This part right here is straight. It's about that long. That part straight, and it bends about 90 degrees on both ends here. And one it's kind of like in like this. One hose and the other hose, and so I can feel that. And there's no hose clamp to it, so you can actually just wiggle it a little bit side to side while you're pulling on it, and it pops right out. So okay, so I got one off. I got the top one off. That one came off really easy. Bottom one, same thing. That one came off real easy as well. So before I pull my hand out, I'm just gonna feel each one, basically each nipple, so that way I know when I put the other one back, the other hose back on, I know approximately where it's at and how it feels. Okay, there it is. There's that hose right there. It's like this, like so. So the little dot here, I guess that's red. I'm colorblind, so it's hard for me to tell, but it looks like red to me. Dots on top, right? And it attaches in like so, like that. Okay, so that's the stock hose that you want to pull off. Let's look at the two holes that you want to put on. So here's one right here, and here's the other one. So remember these two hoses, only one end has the logo, the other end doesn't. So both of them are like that. One end has the logo, this other end doesn't have it. So the end with the logo is the side that connects onto the catch can, and the other side doesn't. It's the side that connects back inside there. So so the side that doesn't have the logos, one side has a 90-degree short end here with 90 degrees. Other end is like long and not quite 90. So this short end with the 90, this one is gonna go into the manifold side, which is the bottom one. So this thing goes in like so. So the bottom one is the manifold one, and the top one connects to the engine. Right, the intake manifold on this side connects to the engine on this side. So this side is the manifold side, and this side is the engine side. Okay. So let's see. Let me reach back in there again. So I think I'm gonna connect the bottom one first. Well, no, I'll connect the top one first. So that's the manifold side. So that's this one right here with the long. Man, so much dust. I can see all this dust on the hose. The long side without the that's not 90 degrees. Connect that in first. And this is probably the hardest part of this whole job right here. Okay, so I found where the nipple end is. I can feel it. You feel the nipple end. I'm just gonna slowly guide my hose into that end. I'm not sure how hard it is gonna to slip it in. If it's too hard to slip in, then then I might have to use like a little bit of lube on that hose. And you get like a little Q-tip or something like that, and get some you could use this Q-tip to smear some motor oil on the inside of the hose, so that way it could lube that. This hose is, the thing about this hose here, the top one anyways, the one that's on the engine side, it actually swivels, so each time I'm pushing on it, it actually it's like swiveling, so it's kind of hard to do. Okay, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I got it. Yep, almost all the way in there. Still swiveling as I'm pushing it in. Okay, yep, it's all the way in. Okay, so I can throw that in there. So that's the top hose, right? So let's put this up on top right here, so that way it's kind of out of the way. Now for the bottom hose, the one with the 90-degree side, so that's gonna go on the bottom hose, on the manifold side. That one doesn't move at all, so it should be easier. And that's the key word with that, should be. Find that hose first. Let's see, it's the bottom hose. Oh dang it, I lost the place. Where's my place? Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that's not it. Okay, I think I got it. Oof, I almost lost the place. Almost couldn't find it. So that one's, because it's on the bottom, so it's a little bit further in, or further down, so it's a little bit harder to reach. Might have been better to do do that one first. Just like no space in there. Let me try to. Feel it. Yeah, it might have been better to do that one first. Do the bottom one first. The top hose is sort of, not exactly, but sort of interfering with the bottom one. A little bit in the way. Now, if you have really big hands, you might have to take off the manifold. That would be difficult right there. Oh, come on. Okay, Patrick. Shh. Oh my God. Oof. Man, I'm all the way up here, and it's like kind of constricting my arm there. It's on yet. No, it's not on yet. It's close. Patrick, shh. Some neighbors taking in the trash. Dogs barking at them. Oh, come on. I can feel it right there, but it's not slipping in. Oh my God, it's not slipping in. Alright, so this one's not slipping in very well. So let's look at this again. So this is the top one right here, this is the bottom one. So looking at the hole, it's kind of big compared to this one. So this one's obviously it's kind of stretched out a little bit, and you can actually see it flaring out right here. So that's what I'm fighting against. There's some resistance there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little bit of get like a Q-tip and smear some oil inside here, so that way it slips in nice and smooth. Just a little bit, just enough to slip this in. Cause the way it is right now, because this thing is dry, and that thing, where the barb is, the nipple is, there's a barb there, and it kind of flares out a little bit, right? So it's like really difficult to overcome, especially not being able to reach in there all the way. I'm literally right, where I'm at. I'm literally right at the fingertips, reaching in all the way like that, and I'm really like right at the fingertip right there. So I really can't get any any power, any leverage in there. So I'm gonna get some oil and do that. All right, so I'm gonna pause the video and continue on to the second one. Actually, before I do that, let's look at the ring here, the mounting ring. So here's the shock nut right here, right? Because there's three of those shock nuts. So this one right there, and this right here is the part of that ECM or ECU bracket right there. So that's what this thing is, and I haven't cinched it down yet. So I'm gonna wait till everything's in and everything's the alignment of everything, it's nice and good before I cinch this down. And I actually have the bottom hose. You can see it, the orange thing right there. The bottom hose coming down. It's coming down like so. Here it is right here. So the bracket, this bracket here, I think it's gonna fit something like gonna have the bracket with the zip tied on there, and I think it's gonna fit something like this. But anyways, I'll do that in a little bit. All right, stay tuned.